else? It's Jerry, and this is Rautos Gaming Stream. This is going to be shorter than yesterday, 2 hours, and today I have to be in bed a little bit earlier, so that's why. Anyway, last night and today afternoon I made a little bit of a progress. Didn't have the time to stream back then, but it seems like finally I'm making some story progress versus just fucking around, killing bad guys and getting arsenal upgrades. So now it's more like me actually getting shit done. Let's see where I get this time. Oh yeah, not this way.
I'm Charlie fucking Montague. If you like the real world, you would be here, right? Why settle for Black Rig, play conditioned attachments? Let Charlie Montague game and surrender yourself to total.
Oh yeah, finally being able to open these doors, which were previously closed. In case you didn't spot, that one had a bathroom remark. Demonosova, the main man of the band.
Hello.
Hello, Hakis. Nice to have you here. So, like said previously, making some progress here. Holy fuck, I'm opening like literally new doors to new places. So it seems like I'm, after all, finding new places in multiple spots. It's cool because just when I figured out, like, I've been in every fucking place in this place and now been finding new places where to go. Just exactly sure what I'm supposed to do. Oh yeah, keyword. Sova station. So once again we're seeing this bathroom mentioned here.
Failsafe? What fucking failsafe? I better not have opened these stations for nothing.
Okay, so this was just it. And another piece of the puzzle solved. Think I'm getting back the safe way. Except that when fucking Juliana is here, it's never safe.
Okay. What about the mock?
Done. Like I said, Charlie Money. I played them all.
Let's just hack these antennas and try to sneak away. But first, let's have a little bit of fun.
Excitement? Count me in!
Maybe we can actually lure that Julian out.
Better not be cold. Someone there? He's still. It's gone. Here you go. Get him.
And she went exactly where? That nasty cunt. Being invisible and all. Probably very, very nearby. Fuck it. The nasty side of things is that Juliana can actually do a little bit of a shape-shifting, and as such she can just be like anybody.
Oh, hello.
And if she can sneak up on me, she will most definitely finish me quickly.
Igor brought him here. Why isn't he fixing it?
Nope. Okay, sneaking out. All right. Then let's take another run. These are kind of like baby step sweeps. You know, since we didn't really kill any of those visionaries, which are the ones we want to kill. Let's also sacrifice these babies so we have these residue points for new upgrades later on. Okay, and then we're going to check out what's the next step. So this one is happening in the morning. It's kind of weird that it doesn't really show that I completed that part. Okay. So this one is actually something that is happening here in the afternoon. So let's check out this one. So code 1472 is the name of the game. Haven't been into this part of the game for quite some time. I mean, literally a few weeks. I mean,
How
I've
long
been
have I
in
been here? Look, I know you know, so just hit me with it. No games.
17 years.
17 years. Okay.
The first time.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you actually escaped the island back in the 50s and then volunteered to come back with us.
Why the fuck would I do that?
You just couldn't stay away. You love this place.
weird shit. Okay. Maybe not this way after all. Oh, I'm not actually sure if this one is a lot better.
Mostly action game, I guess. Second episode watching.
No, this is a fucking interesting sci-fi story. In a way, it's definitely an action game. Like there's a lot of shooting around, but also a lot of sneaking around, depending how you wanna approach things. Like now I'm gonna kill these Eternals in a way to make this progress easier for me, because they are going to bust my ass. But the sci-fi plot is very, very interesting. I need to explain it to you. So all these days, they are like looped. So by the time I go to the end of the day, I die and reborn again. That big ass machine. I will show it to you once it's but you will see this big ass. Well, this part. I didn't actually realize I was underneath it. So this big machine is part of the whole thing here. And this guy, Colt, used to be the security guy for the whole place, and that's why he knows tricks. So eventually, over time, he will actually, learn these kind of superpowers. Also get guns upgraded with fancy things. Like this is the kind of a stealth mode thing. This kind of a predator kind of a camouflage thing. And now I'm picking actually these upgrades. And this Colt guy can actually use this kind of a hacking device called Hack-A-Magic. So I will show you. I will sneak up on that turret. And so it can see me, and now I can actually hack it. And once the color turns green, it's actually friendly to me, so it will not shoot me anymore when it spots me, but the enemy instead. And this residue is kind of like kind of a magic, which I can just vacuum to me. And use that residue during the day for upgrades. But if it's not used by the end of the day, it will go wasted. Same as the gun upgrades and these kind of a superpower upgrades. So anything I don't kind of add to my powers using the residue will be wasted. And those that I have actually taken with me with the residue, which can be just seen as a kind of a...
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, it is a little complicated. If you have watched the TV show Lost, where things were like kind of a mindfuck things, this is a little bit like that. Like everything is a kind of a retro tech. So that's why all these things look like I don't know, 1950s, 1940s. Anyway, the guns are different qualities. For example, these kind of a green-blue things, turquoise, they're kind of like mid-level. Everything starts with gray, which is just low-level crap. And then you can just upgrade them into better ones. And then you can just find better guns. Okay, there's another one. He will see me. And these powers, the upgrades for these powers are actually obtained through killing the visionaries, which are effectively like the bosses of these. The thing here is they also reborn by the end of the day, or actually technically speaking in the morning time. So whatever I kill actually of a new day, morning, day, or sorry, morning, noon, afternoon, and all that stuff, they have different time zones here. So each of these 4 major areas are different during each of times of the day. So when you have 4 places and 4 time zones, it actually means like 4 different places by 4 times. So like 60 different places. And some doors are shut during any given time, and also some doors open any given time. Okay, once again we need to hack this sensor so it won't do alert.
Besides, it
So,
would be fun. Our
which one
breach
wants to
field
go
work here
first?
is much more important. At the end of the loop, our breach will close. There will only be one of us. We would never risk.
So the point is, in order to get away from this place is to kill all these visionaries or bosses, 7 of them if I remember correctly, during one day before they reborn. And then I can get my ass out of here.
Hey, what? Listen.
Oh, fuck. Almost got killed.
You don't know when these times etc. changes.
Whenever I use an exit from a map, the time zone will change. So I can pretty much control it. Okay, now I need more ammo, plus I need some healing powers, because those bastards almost got me. So for example, if I was now going to get away from this map and just use the exit, it would move from this, I think it's noon to afternoon. And then the place would be different. Then the bosses are in different places and all that stuff. So whatever happens is depends on a lot when I go to wherever places. And now I'm just marking the mobs here. So this is, for example, one of the bosses. Is right this one with a lot of clothes. She can't see me because I'm still, well, kind of a invisible. Well, not anymore, obviously. Anyway, this is why it gets kind of a tricky. Now I kind of need those health packs, which are usually plenty, like here. You did 3 of them and I'm still not healthy. Okay. Now we can actually let's take this. Let's commandeer this turret, which means I can set it work for myself, and now it will essentially protect me.
Okay, not any Dark Souls level playing difficulty.
No, luckily these are not Dark Souls level of difficulties. I mean, this game would be super fucking hard if all these mobs were that hard. But obviously things will get complicated because okay, I almost died again. But yeah, this game is very, very different from Dark Souls in that sense. It's not that hard, but because the whole level of day kind of resets when you die too many times, or actually by the end of the day, it can actually have the same effect on the player. Like let's say you use 1 hour to just prepare for the whole level, and then you die too many times, and pretty much whatever you did was kind of like wasted, if that makes sense. Let's see if this is the right place. Yes, finally. So for example, this place I couldn't visit before because I didn't have the code. And now that I have, I can explore it. And let's take some residue.
You confident winning this game easy?
Not exactly easy. I get sometimes very fucking frustrated.
Looks like I found my lure.
When I have...
How am I gonna get her the damn message?
Like when I have wasted an hour on a fucking map and I'm like, yeah, this is going great, and then I just end up fucking around and die, and it's just like
At night, our breach will be closed, which means there will only be one of us. It's dangerous. According to
Let
our
me listen
calculations,
to this.
all the visiting Wenjus will just slip back into their timelines and only leave one. Under no circumstances are we to leave this facility. Evans' second law of variation. Yes, I wrote it. We, Wenji, if the technology behind that door helps us create a stable breach, she will have to go.
Leaving only one. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. But how am I gonna get that single Wenji to Updom?
and this Wenji is like this super clever doctor of technology, and she has these clones, and now I'm kind of need to put these certain visionaries or bosses into a single place, or at least single place, but in such places that I could kill them within 1 day. And if I'm able to do that, the game will be complete. Like here, I'm trying to get that Wenji into a different place. Wenji's quarters. We need to go upstairs. I once killed this boss, but then I had barely started the game, so didn't even understand the mechanics of you know how it actually works. Probably more clues. As you can see, this is kind of an old retro tech with these kind of computers. We're reading in the chat here.
Yeah, a better invite would work, but what the fuck is a 2-bit? Also, B, what if they split up? There's not enough time to be chasing Wingies all over Black Reef. So, Wingy wants a door, Alexis wants a Wingy, I want to party with them both, violently. And 2-bit wants to help me, obviously. Put them all together, boom! Murder casserole.
Murder casserole. Well, that's pretty much of it. This is interesting because they all have different style, and now I'm basically reading their correspondence. For example, here it is showing that this is happening at noon. Yeah, which means time to exit. So pretty much this part of the mission is now finished. Okay. So this part of the mission is done, and the next target is exit. Now I could explore these floors a little bit, but there's a risk I would die and just lose some of the residue I gathered. So I decide to play it safe, because I anyway have to head to bed soon. Let's use our teleportation skill a little bit. Once again, I could use other ways to...
Are you like middle game now or so?
I think I'm 2/3. I really can't say, because I've been... sorry. At first, I was gathering a lot of arsenal. And by arsenal, I mean both these upgrades. Like, I can have 2 powers installed at any given time. And now I have this teleportation, the one showing the arrow, and the other is that invisibility. But if I wanted to choose, you'll see the loadout screen soon. So at the loadout screen I can choose which powers I'm going to take with me. Like, one of them is a power called Havoc, which means I will do a lot more damage and stuff like that. But it's not really helping me to sneak around. It would help me kill more people. But I prefer the stealth style. So I can also choose which 3 weapons I'm using. Like here you will see this kind of a submachine gun or 2 guns. I can separate them. This is one of my favorite ones. So now I have 3 orange guns, and orange is the highest level of these guns. One of them is the sniper rifle, which I just recently got. Very fucking powerful gun. The point here is... Okay, these are not available at the moment. So for example, I can't enter this part of the complex right now. During different time of the day I could, but they are now locked. So anyway, I can decide which powers or which guns I'm gonna use at the loadout screen. And I was chasing those power upgrades early in the game, and also gun upgrades. So I was kind of like putting the story behind me for a little bit. And that's why I didn't actually, for the first few hours of the game, I wasn't so much progressing with the story. I was more like progressing with upgrades, guns and powers. And now I've been chasing actually the storyline missions, which means I'm actually moving on to something. And now I'm getting these knowledge parts, like here it says what I found out. So to reply or answer your question, I think I'm more than halfway through the game, but I don't know, it's hard to track. That's why I gave you such a long answer. It's hard for me to say how much in the story I am. Okay, we'll see this cutscene.
Doesn't want to go to the party. Who can blame her? Too bad, Doc. I've got a loot.
Yeah.
So, I'll show you. These visionary leads are the mission leads. And the ones that have the visionary here at the end with the marker, this V mark, means that this storyline is kind of complete.
So the end game goes faster now.
Yes, the end game definitely goes faster now that I'm chasing these missions. So as you can see, I have 4 different storylines of, well, visionary storylines done. Like this Wenji. And Harriet is here one. I know where she is and what she does. And this guy, Alexis and Igor, are one part of the party. They are having this kind of a visionary party. So it all starts here and is then separated to these different parts. And when the storylines actually moves on, then these puzzle pieces will start to fall in place, and then I can actually start figuring out who to kill and when. But if we go to this arsenal leads, it shows a little bit different map. Everything took first few steps to actually open these powers, and then all the different powers, which are all these 5 different powers. Like the first one here is this teleportation. Then we have this nexus, which is kind of a mindfuck thing to do. It links people together, and then you can just like, for example, link enemies together. When you kill one enemy, the rest of the linked will also die. It's kind of a very useful, but sometimes also useless. Then we have this Carnessus, which is one of my favorite ones. It actually shoots people in the air. It's like a silent killer. You can push people like with kind of a telekinesis, like off the cliffs, or just toss them in the air, and when they fall down, they will die. And then there's this Havoc, which is kind of like just more melee power and all that stuff. I find it boring, but it suits people who want to go for melee and all that stuff. And then there's this Aether slab. All these powers are called slabs. It's technically speaking this predator kind of a invisibility. And the rest of the arsenal are these super guns I've been getting, which you saw. This Strelak Verso, which is basically shot machine gun slash pistol, very effective. And these are the legendary guns. And then there is this automatic pistol, which I also have. Then this sniper rifle. And then there are two ones I haven't yet gotten. This mission I recently got is supposed to be some kind of a legendary shotgun. And then there's this weird laser beam gun, but I decided not to go for it. The point is, I was chasing for these upgrades, and I still have a couple of them to get. The rest I have done, as you can see from these V marks. But there is this Alexis slab as well as this Fia slab, which I kind of could get. I don't really need them because I'm not using those powers, but I could upgrade them to the final level, which is marked by this V mark here. Anyway, that's why there's a lot of things to do. So I was chasing a lot of these arsenal upgrades, guns and powers, and only later on I decided to go for these story leads. So definitely that at this point in each gaming session I've been making many different steps with the mission leads. So now the storyline is progressing faster, and I think it's interesting for the viewers as well to watch. But back to the point. Now we have here that it's night time, which is shown on the upper right corner of the screen. So it shows that this nighttime is next, and now we can see which part of the mission is happening when. For example, this one is actually happening here on the morning time, so I cannot go there unless I want to move to a different day. This one could happen at any time, it seems. Doesn't really say a thing about that. This is noon, and this is done. So now I could figure out like where to go next. And since this is happening in the night, then this is a fucking annoying mission. I have failed it like 3 times already. I mean, I always end up killing the boss, but then I fail to get those clues. So I could either go for this mission. This is actually the same place. Go for this box, or move to the next part of the day. But since I don't want to waste these dates, because then I would effectively waste my residuum, it's better to try to get one mission done. So I guess the next step could be this one here in the up dome. And the good thing is,
Little game area, I presume.
well, actually all these areas are quite big. Like I said, 4 areas and 4 different time zones, and they all have interesting secret routes. So all of these maps are pretty big. You only saw like maybe 1/3, 1/4 of the map I was going into. But all of these areas require actually this is also noon time. So yeah, all of these places have, well, different places where you can go during different time. So now I could just wait until the morning, in which case I would just lose all my upgrades here. So I will rather use the night time, but not before I have actually sacrificed these unnecessary trinket upgrades. I already have all of them, so I can just I can just discard them. I will just first check out which one I do not have. Like hardhead, I have it. And I'm sacrificing them in order to get more residue. And I have 55,000 different residue. And these are the ones that I could use. I can use only 4 character trinkets at any given time, and it's shown by this hand icon here. Okay, so there's two different upgrades which I can now infuse. This costs residue, but now I can't lose them even if I die. So there you go. Now I have less than 40,000, which is still a lot. So when I go to this main screen, here I can choose which trinkets I have. Like now I have 2 legendary trinkets and 2, well, high quality ones. Exemplary, I think, are the ones that I call. They go like from first you have gray, which is shit. Then you have those blue ones, which are good. Exemplary, which are the purple ones, which are really good. And the best in the line are these legendary ones, also known as orange ones. And as you can see, all my guns are now orange. So they are the best in the business. But none of them have, well, legendary or orange trinkets. I don't know if there are even orange trinkets. And also I can have like 2 different kind of superpowers. Like for here example, I could change any of these 5 different types, and they can be also upgraded in different ways. So all these slabs or superpowers have different upgrades. And so for example, I could pick 2 different upgrades for this invisibility, and I'm decided to using that this one that doesn't make me visible when I kill people, which is really handy when killing people with sniper. The other one is really handy is this, that the power is not consumed when I'm standing still, which lets me explore places or wait for enemies to come by, because otherwise the power meter is going down whenever I'm using invisibility. The other ones are, this is really good, this phase also, because it makes me take less damage. So it's also very, very useful. But I like this flicker, which keeps me invisible even when I use my weapon, because it's really good with the sniper. So yeah, always a lot to do about like which powers you want to use out of 5 different powers, and also which upgrades you want to use with the powers. And same thing with guns. You have 3 guns, and you can have like 3 different trinkets for each of the guns. So it's all about choices, like which superpowers you want to have, which guns you want to have, and which upgrades for those guns. A lot to choose from. Anyway, long time rambling, less gaming, and now I have to hit the bed. I have early wake up call tomorrow, so I'm gonna have it quits today. But I will continue tomorrow or on Monday, more streaming and trying to explain how the game mechanics work and how the storyline goes by. Anyway, thanks for your good questions and comments, and I hope I got you interested in the game. And of course, feel free to join for random stuff, and it can be once again about the game or just some metal related things or just whatever. Free speech and all. Now I wish you good night and enjoy your day or night wherever you are, and see you later with the streams.
Saya.
See ya.